unsure how I managed to do this, but I forgot that last week was a couple days after the 4th of July. So we decided to go ahead and back it up a week. We went with our red, white, and blue this week to make up for our missed opportunity 2 days after the 4th of July. So we'll go ahead and get right into our exercise session today. We've got some new movements planned for you. We hope you enjoy. First one we're going to get started with is going to focus on our ankles. And instead of going in a circle or going up and down, we're actually going to take our ankles and rotate them in, and then we're going to rotate them out. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Rotating out might be something that proves to be challenging, but just try and keep your legs as still as possible. We're going to do 15 total. In and out is 1. So in, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. Last one. 5. The next one's going to require a band, and what I recommend is actually taking the band, you're going to place it around the back side of the neck, then you're going to go ahead and step into the band. So however you have to do so, you'll step into the band. Go ahead and make sure that it's nice and taut and underneath your feet so it doesn't snap. If you have a band without handles, it would probably work better. But what we're going to do is we're going to have some tension. We are going to have a small bend in our knees, and then we're going to push our butt back. We're going to keep our back flat, and we're going to stand tall. We're going to do 12 reps here. If you want, you can put your hands on your hips. If you want to kind of take a little pressure and keep your hands on the band, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 to go. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Second set. Again, make sure that the band is around the feet nice and tight so it doesn't come up to snap you. Slight bend in the knee. Hips are going to go back this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should feel it on the back side of your legs here. If you don't, you're having too much bend in the knee. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, and relax. Lunge. So we're going to end up working both legs in the same set, but we're going to work with the right leg going around clockwise. We're going to hit each spot on the clock each hour, and then we're going to end up switching directly to the left leg and continuing clockwise. All right, so we're going to go to 12, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and then switch legs. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we'll switch over to the left leg. We'll do 6. We'll do 7, 8. Out to the side for 9, 10, 11, and 12. Go ahead and relax. Set here. 1, 2. Out to the side for 3. Back for 4. Back for 5. Back for 6. We'll switch over to the left. 8. Out to the side for 9. Forward for 10, 11, and 12. Relax. We're actually going to almost throw everything out the window that I've told you about your lower back and keeping it nice and flat. So in most cases with any movement we do, we have a small bend, we hinge at the hip, and our hips go back and our back stays nice and flat. We're going to do what's called a Jefferson curl today. So we're going to actually round at the spine. So the goal with our Jefferson curl is to start at the top part of the spine, slowly curl down, get to a full end range of motion, and then on our way up, stack our vertebrae one by one until we're tall again. All right, so we're gonna do 10. If you want, you can go ahead and try this one with a weight. If not, maybe do the first set without. So we'll tuck our chin, start with the upper back, start working our way down the middle, get to our full end range, and then stack our vertebrae on the way back up. So pull your belly up, start to stack the middle back, and then the upper. 1. 2. Back down, starting with the head and the upper back. Reach full end range. Go ahead and come back up. As you go through these, you can have a small bend in your knees. 4. 3 more. we are doing something that allows a round in the back, we move very slow with it. Some of the other movements that we do, we have the ability to move rather quickly. If we are going to round up the spine, in order to do it safely, we have to move slow. So we'll get into another set again here. Feet underneath our hips. Again, you can have a small bend in your knees. We'll start with the upper back, work our way down. On the way up, we're going to pull our belly up and stack the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3 more. Movement that we have done in the past, our oblique wood chopper. So we've done this one from a seated position where we work from pocket to over the opposite shoulder. Alright, so we're going to do this one standing today. So one thing you want to be cognizant about is you don't want to go into overextension, especially when you're reaching up high. Alright, so the rib cage stays locked down, your core stays tight, but we're going to go through from pocket up to opposite side of the shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 to go. We'll go right over into the opposite side. Keep the rib cage locked down. Two more. And rest. Starting at the right side of the pocket, coming up and overhead to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. and you're gonna need a wall with some open space. What we're doing is some cervical retractions. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to minimize this movement pattern that we see pretty often, whether it be from the computer or our cell phone or anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on driving our chin straight back. Now, oftentimes with this movement done for the first time, people are out in front, they tuck their chin down, okay? We don't want to tuck the chin down, we want to take a straight line from our chin right back to the wall behind us. So your eyes should stay facing forward the entire time. So what we'll do is we'll put a pillow behind us. Alright, the pillow just stays right at the top of the shoulders. And then we're just going to squish that pillow into the wall by taking our head straight back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. And relax. Our second set here, so same thing, gaze stays completely forward, we're not going to be looking down at any point. We can put our finger on our chin to help drive straight back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. And relax. Next one we're going to do is going to require pronation. So we want to talk about the difference between supination and pronation. So supination, palms basically face up. That is our anatomical position there. So that's basically the natural position of the body. So pronation is going to be the opposite. So we're actually going to rotate down, our palms face back. All right, so with this exercise, we are going to be pronated. So basically, our palms should essentially just face our side or slightly back a little bit. From there, we're going to have a small bend in the elbow, and then we're going to come up to shoulder height. We'll do 15 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 to go. And rest. Now, as you were going through those, if you started to feel some pain up to this point here, or maybe your shoulders were popping and clicking along with that pain, I suggest you first drop the weight and work your way up to shoulder height without any pain. We'll get into a second set here. Remember, pronated, so palms face slightly back or in at the thighs. 1, 2, 3, 4, bit of give to it. So it could even just be a stress ball that you have lying around the house, or a tennis ball, something along those lines. But we're going to just kind of work on our strength of forearm, fingers, and wrist here. So we're just going to have our elbow resting on the table here. We're taking our arm straight up, and then we're just going to go ahead and give 12 solid squeezes of the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll go ahead and switch hands, but that's what I want you to do with that first hand. I want you to open it up as much as you can and lie it flat. Now allow it to just stretch. So we just spent some time in a contracted position. So now allow it to stretch while we work on the opposite hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Go ahead and relax. Nicely done today, guys. And as always, you can continue doing this exercise session throughout the week. And if you've got any recommendations for us on movements you want to see, or if you're battling some pain in certain areas, go ahead and send us a message and we'd be happy to help you with movements that can help to alleviate some of that pain. See you guys here next week.